Brian Winnikins at Commodity Classic, and thank you to our Commodity Classic sponsors, including Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, also Compeer Financial, Annabis Silo, Wisconsin Soybean Growers Association, and Synergy Co-op. Joining us right now is Austin Fischer. We're at the Firestone booth here at Commodity Classic, and of course, Bauerbuilt Tire and Service, Durand and Muldrive Eau Claire are one of our big farm sponsors, and thank you to Bauerbuilt as well. And we're going to talk about some Firestone agriculture tires. And Austin, thanks for joining us while as we get ready for planting season. Farmers need to be kind of checking that equipment, and that includes not just the oil, not just all of the fluids, but the tires too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, first thing to do is just do a visual inspection of the tire. Start with the tread, look around the circumference of the tread, see if you can find any cords exposed. If stubble's starting to get into the tire, then maybe we look at replacing those tires. If the tread looks clear, then look at the sidewall. Make sure same thing, not any cords exposed. Make sure that there aren't any bubbles forming in the tire, because we don't want to have anything that will cause downtime in the spring. So.
Now, what about just plain old time? Okay, so I've had my Firestone tires on my tractor here for 6 years. The tread's still good, but the inside that we can't see might have some issues. So is time play a factor too?
Yeah, to an extent. I don't think I would be so concerned about that. Just if the visual check doesn't turn anything up, and if you see something that you think's questionable, then go to Bauerbuilt and see if, ask them, do you see anything wrong with this? And if they say no, I mean, they're the professionals, and then I would say you're good to go.
Let's talk about some of the tires for agriculture that are being featured by Firestone this year. Tell us about some of those.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. The big things for us right now are Maxi Traction and Destination Farm. With Maxi Traction, that's our new premium 45-degree line, replacing the RAT DT. The RAT DT, Radial All Traction DT. Sorry. It's been a good tire for us, but it was getting a little long in the tooth. We needed to expand some sizes, and so we came up with a new line, and it has done exceptionally well in the field. But we are continuing to expand that. Once again, improved wear performance in both longevity and just the evenness of the wear. Sometimes in the Radial All Traction Deep Tread, you would see some localized wear in the nose, and although it's not really impacting performance, it could be a little unsightly at times, so Maxi Traction's a big thing for us right now, along with Destination Farm, which is our premium radial implement tire. Once again, just the improvements that they offer over the bias tires are massive. I mean, from longevity to stubble resistance, because they have the steel belts underneath the tread, to just the lower inflation pressures, allowing reduced ground pressure. I mean, they're just incredible products.
How important is that? Let's talk a little bit about that soil compaction. How important is it for farmers to have the right tire and the right pressure to avoid some of these serious soil compaction issues that can really cause issues later in the growing season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's absolutely critical. Especially at least in my area of the country in Northeast Indiana, our springs seem to be getting wetter every year. We have more trouble getting into fields. And when we do, a lot of times you see the effects of it, as you mentioned, later on in the spring and summer, and at harvest especially. So if you can run the right pressure in your tire, just to start off with, if you're not running the right inflation pressure, you're putting undue stress on the soil. So, I mean, reach out to Bauerbuilt or go to firestoneag.com. We have an inflation calculator there. Or you can call us at Firestone Ag. We can help you get the appropriate inflation pressure. Now, if you have the appropriate inflation pressure in your tire already and you're still seeing some compaction concerns, then that's when we can look into some other products like IF and VF, which allow you to carry more load at the same inflation pressure or the same load at a lower inflation pressure. And once again, the entire idea is expanding that footprint and the weight that you're transmitting to the soil over a greater area to reduce soil disturbance.
Now, one of the things that I've always wondered, and again, this is from my high school years working at a service station, if you run too low, you ruin the tread. But for farm tires, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, for the most part it's different. I mean, we would still tell you, if you have a standard tire, run that at the condition. You cannot run that as an IF or VF product. It is not designed for that. But the IF and VF products, those are specifically designed to run at those low inflation pressures and those high levels of deflection that they look flat. We do extensive testing at our facility in Columbiana, Ohio, on every product before it's released. So those products are designed to run at that underinflated, traditionally underinflated condition.
You can find out more, just talk with the folks over at Bowerbill Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire Farmers, for all of your Firestone and agriculture tire needs. From Commodity Classic, I'm Brian Winnikins for WRDN.